Yeah, sorry about that. I'm filming with my iPhone. I'm not really a professional video filmer, so please bear with me. Just press the off button. But anyway, so continuing on here then, you can see that nut is touching the paint already. If we come over to the side here, look at the angle. You can see our shape is good. So if I have to make clearance to make that work, then what's going to happen is that is going to be sitting too high on the car. It's going to be sticking up. In order to clear the paint, you can see this bottom nut here. This is touching primer also. So this is bad. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find smaller acorn nuts to cure this problem. And we want to catch it now and make sure that we can get it taken care of. So what I've done, you see this little tiny nut here? This is one that I have taken off the original grill. And it has much more clearance. You can see in there. I'm not anywhere near the paint. I'm nowhere near it. Plenty of clearance, so I can paint on that all day long. We're never going to have any issues. So, nice looking grill, nice and shiny. But we got some modifications to do on this. I'll take you over to the original and show you the difference. So here's our original grill. You see the smaller nuts on there, and also the spindle in there. You can see, comparing the two here, that acorn nut is quite a bit bigger, so that's not going to work. Also, the shaft is bigger than the original one. But what you can do, if you still have your original grill, you can take all these little nuts off, pull your threaded piece out, and you could switch it out and put it on the new grill, and that's going to give you the clearance you need. So hopefully you still got these nuts. If you don't have these nuts, then you need to do some shopping. Maybe find some small all thread. You're probably not going to find the aluminum shafts. And find a smaller acorn nut to tie all these together. This is not one piece running through here. This is several pieces stacked up with a rod running through the center. So anyways, that's some of the problems you can run into. Also, bumper caps. You want to make sure your holes fit your end caps. In this case, these ones did. These were real nice quality reproductions, and they fit pretty good. Although most of your parts you're going to buy are not going to fit. Probably going to have some adjusting to do, some other things to do on the car to make up for it. But play with it enough, you'll be able to get it. You can see here, this is our old lip. Pulled this off the car the other day and welded on our new one. In pretty bad shape. I'm glad the rest of the car wasn't like this. This is a typical problem area for these cars. If the water would run down the hood and collect in the weather stripping area, which was glued on, and it couldn't get out, and so they would just rot the rest of the way. But the best way to get this off is just to drill it out, and you need a special drill bit to drill these spot welds. I borrowed one of mine from my friend Paul. He had a whole set, different sizes. That cut right through it. I tried a regular drill bit, and definitely not happening, so you'll need to get a special drilling bit to do this process. Those welds are pretty hard. I'll go back over here and take a look at that new replacement. It's a shadow island. Also check your center badge here. This one's got some issues. It's a little bit crooked in the hood. So I'm going to need to remount one of those holes. Otherwise, it's just going to be settling in on a crooked situation. Also, when you do your mock-up with your trunk and your hood, you want to make sure you get your struts in there, because those are going to add upward pressure and give you a completely different gauge setting than if you did it without the struts. So I set this hood on here loose. Everything looked good. Then I put the struts in there, and it was actually pushing up like a heavy 8. So everything changed the second I put those in there. I'm trying to put those in there, make sure they're working. If they're not working, get a working set and use those for your mock-up. Also, you want to label your left and your right, because they might have different pressure. And when you got finished paint on here, You don't want to be wrestling with any of this stuff. You want to make sure it just goes right back the way you took it off, that you know it will work. Here's our new lip. This turned out pretty good. See, in our mock-up, our clearance, it's darn shadowing here. Our clearance, it gets a rubber seal that goes underneath it. So you want a little clearance to your bumper. You got to make sure that's in there. Only way you're going to know that is right is to put your bumper on and check it. We've done body work on the bumper. We've moved things around by putting this new lip on, and so you just want to verify that it's all going to work before we move on. So before I welded this on here though, I sandblasted behind that area and cleaned it up real good. Screwed it down with some sheet metal screws, then welded. That draws it up nice and tight, and then pulled the screws out and welded those in. So other problem with these cars is these horn grills and turn signals. Well, we're out of focus here.